What's up, guys? It's the Podcast Boys back with episode 153. Today we got a banger episode for you guys. We're going to be talking about sports, Connor Bedard, and playoffs. So let's get right into it.
Yeah. Sports in general, dude, I've been playing volleyball. I've been playing volleyball with Cheyenne, and because we have an intramural team, so I got to get that practice in.
Yeah.
It's fun, dude. Beach volleyball, pretty fun. Would recommend. Haven't done it before, but it's good pickup game. It's fun. So it's something I haven't tried. I'll do it again. I did that this week. Yeah, but I'm not a big volleyball guy.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
No, I used to have my school had a we had a school team at our school, and we did all right. We had a team and we played
In elementary.
Pretty good elementary school, yeah. But in high school, they don't do that. At least our school, we don't have a boys volleyball
There's
team.
not many, I don't think.
It's kind of an uncommon thing. I know a couple schools. One of my friends is on on that team. But yeah, they don't. A lot of schools don't have that, which is a little.
Well, yeah, because volleyball is a predominantly girls' sport, I think, in general.
Yeah. Have you ever seen though, guys play volleyball? Have you a bunch of the Japanese guys playing volleyball?
Have you seen the international games, Olympics?
Yeah, those guys are fucked. How hard they hit the ball, it's actually insane. And it's
so
actually
good.
cool, the technicalities. They have the guy doing the fake routes. He jumps up and swings, then it goes to the other guy, the sets and stuff.
So
And the
they're so
spin on
good.
the ball and
yeah, they're crazy.
yeah, it's pretty cool to see.
Did you see? So the Blackhawks got the pick.
Connor Bedard,
What was that pick? It's called something.
first round pick,
Is that what it is? Because
Yeah.
I swear something else. I can see.
first overall. Right?
Yeah, first. Because the Blackhawks did pretty bad. They did they did the worst in the league this year when it comes to everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got the pick. They don't have to choose him,
But they're gonna.
they have
choose him.
so much hype because he's so good for what he is.
Yeah.
The first pick in the 2023 NHL draft. The Chicago Blackhawks can cash in the Connor Bedard sweepstakes. Yeah, people are commenting, poor kid. They have 3 options, right?
Yeah.
They have
I think Vantilli's the second. Everyone thinks Vantilli's gonna go second overall. But yeah, Connor Bedard getting drafted to Chicago, that's huge for them. I wish they went to Anaheim.
Yeah,
Anaheim's
Ducks fans are upset.
Anaheim's my second team, man. Canucks and Ducks. Those
Canucks
would
would have been hard if he gone to the Canucks because home city.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he'd want to. I wonder who he'd want. I don't think he can say.
Who he wants to go to?
I don't think I think he's media trained, so he's not gonna say.
My sister's asking me, she's like, do you think he's happy, getting drafted there? I said, as long as he got a contract
NHL.
and he's in the NHL,
Yeah, true.
he's probably doing all right. You know, he's not on a
true.
cup contending team, but he's also a rookie, and he's probably not gonna stay in Chicago.
They're gonna get better because of their picks that they have.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're gonna. I mean, obviously they're gonna progress forward a lot by having Bedard, but also they're gonna start. If they keep Bedard and he's in the long-term cards, which I guess I would try to do if I was Chicago manager, they'd start building around Bedard, so they get a bunch of other young guys to go with him. You see the Canucks did that with Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes and Demko, a little older, but they build him up with our top picks. And you can see now we have more younger guy, and then we've got JT Miller, a little older guys, and Brock Besser, and a bunch of support roles. But that was the core of the team that we built around. And now anyone who gets a chance at Connor Bedard has the dream build. That's your
core.
Have such a good core. Yeah, you get a good foundational core, and then you can add veteran players, and you can add more experienced players and people who are role players and supporters that will make Bedard shine and give him the passes and
it'll surround him and
exactly and just make him the player that we know he is. So
yeah, I wonder if he's gonna be overhyped for the NHL.
I think no, because first off, the moves he's pulling off in the WHL are insane enough as it is. But if you look at a guy like Connor McDavid, again, #1 draft pick, like so much hype around him. He was getting interviewed when he was like a kid, like 14, 15. He was getting interviews. He was on like the cover of like magazines and stuff. And he lived up to the hype. Like he's
Yeah, I think he will.
the best player in the NHL, and I think Connor Bedard will follow suit. So
It would have been cool to see him with the Ducks though, with Zegras and Toronto. What's his name?
they got Zegras, McTavish, Troy Terry. They got a young core there too. As Zegras is like one of my favorite players to watch. Like the stuff that he pulls in game, the Michigans, the passes.
Well,
like
he created that move.
Well, he didn't create
Well,
the Michigan, but
I mean, like he brought it back, like as and created his own version.
Yeah, the Michigan, like the pass over the net. Yeah, like doing things that like no one has ever seen before. And imagine you had Connor Bedard on that team. You're selling seats now. Like Anaheim would really be a good team and like a fun team to watch, because I think there's a difference between having
those two together, and they're both young. They're both young,
and a team that's fun to watch. Like in terms of like basketball, NBA, my favorite team, Sacramento, and I think they're really fun to watch. They got eliminated first round, but it was still like they're a fun team to watch.
Dude, Sacramento had such a good season.
Yeah,
they've never made it that far in years, or they might have just never have, because they're a pretty like shit team. In general.
Dude, they got a beam. Like everyone is making fun, like light the beam when they got eliminated. But having Bedard on any team is just such a blessing and like really a game changer, especially for these bottom tier teams. But
yeah, dude, how old is Zegras?
I think
21?
Zegras, he's young, probably 21.
That would be so sick. And how old is Bedard? Like 18, 19?
Oh, Bedard, yeah, he's
18, 19.
Funny thing is, he's actually from Vancouver, and he's still actually enrolled. He's technically enrolled in one of the high schools here that we know a lot of people go to, which is actually really funny. So he's technically still enrolled.
How come he doesn't go?
In in this school. How come he doesn't go? Because he's gonna be the first overall draft pick in the NHL. Like he doesn't need. Yeah. I guess I don't even know if he. I guess he didn't graduate then.
Yeah, no. Fucking high school dropout. Man.
But he doesn't even need to,
No,
bro. Like
what?
Yeah, like
There's
why?
no point unless he wants to major in something like, because I guess you can probably do both. You can be going to school and playing NHL. You can go to like university.
No way. That's why a lot of people do like university sports. Like you play for like
Yeah.
Michigan's like one of the top schools.
I mean,
you play in.
the thing is, he might not have time because it's a full-time job. So yeah, he might not be able to. But like he can probably do like a course online or something if he really wanted to. But there's no point.
Yeah, you
Unless-
get GED or something. Like
yeah.
get like that.
But unless he
Has to finish.
wants to do something else, because you can retire young, and then like take up another job if you wanted to.
He's gonna make millions. Like he'll make more
Mhm.
than he ever will playing professional hockey. So, yeah, as long as he's not a bust, like
Yeah, it would only be about interest, not money related. Yeah, so okay, what's playoffs right now? There's the Panthers are beating the Maple Leafs, probably already did. That went, only went so far. And then for like I don't know what else is there in the chill.
We got Oilers and Vegas.
Oh, yeah, that's a close
That's
one.
the series that I'm watching. I'm a Oilers fan, so they're the team I'm supporting now. The game last night, Monday as of recording, wasn't too great. Skinner got pulled. He let in some bad goals. Offense wasn't there. Defense was just collapsing. There was no heart in there. And what's funny is the game before, Oilers won 5-1. Monday night, it was 5-1 in Vegas. So a bit of a flip on the scripts there, but I hope that Oilers can come back. I know they will. I definitely have faith in the team, and they're a good team, right? Like they have the chance to, I think, make it to the finals and even potentially win the cup. This is a good series though for sure. I think LA and the Vegas series have been quite different, playing against each other, and just in terms of playing styles and how they play each other. One interesting thing is you can note how aggressive the Oilers are against Vegas, and how Vegas is really trying to minimize the Oilers power play. So on that game on Monday night, the Oilers score the power play the majority of the time, and that's probably when they're at their best. Their power play line's got some of the best guys in the league, and they can pretty much convert majority of the times. Actually, they had a stat where they converted since the postseason. Every time they got in power play, they've always scored a power play goal every game in the series. And last night was the first time that they didn't score on the power play. So that was a bit concerning. And I think the reason that is because Vegas, I think what happened after that 5-1 loss, they went into the locker room and their coach ripped into him. He told them, boys, no more. Like, you can't give these guys power plays. Like, they're just way too strong there, and that's their strong suit. So we're gonna minimize them. No bullshit calls. No cross checks. Like, we're keeping it clean, and we're not gonna give them that advantage.
No sticking or anything stupid.
Exactly, and so, by doing that, I think they really like diffused the Oilers. Like, they had just no energy, no really like any good offensive chances, really, and just like I don't know, just kind of slow. Like I only watched the third, but it was still just like pretty slow and like boring almost. Like there's just like no one had like heart there. But the last like interesting thing, like the last thing that happened in the game, Darnell Nurse, he went over and he cross-checked Pietrangelo. So it was Nurse. I'm pretty sure it's Nurse. So Nurse went in. Kane had a big hit before, but I'm pretty sure this was Nurse. No, it was Kane originally. Kane goes and cross-checks Pietrangelo,
Like the
and
back of the head or something.
there was one, and it slides up on his neck. So, like,
Yeah.
it happens a lot. Like, if you're, like, obviously you're pushing
'Cause you're
forward
gonna
with a
be
stick like
slipping
this,
up.
right?
Mhm.
Like, if I do this, it will slip up, and sometimes it hits his neck. It hits his neck and whatever. There's a big, like, scramble there. But then at the end of the game, you see Darnell Nurse. I think he has a big hit, too. He goes over, and he's telling them, like, hey, boys, game 4. Like, we're coming back. Like, this was just a one-game thing. It's not going to happen next game. Like, be prepared. So that was kind of cool to see him.
Dude, yeah,
like,
it became a whole big brawl, like, at the end.
yeah, and he actually got sent to the locker room.
Yeah, Kane, right?
I don't know if it was Kane or
I think it was Kane.
Nurse. I think it was Nurse that got sent out, but I think Kane had the hit.
I remember watching the game, like, that part, and I was like, oh, I forgot Evander Kane went to the Oilers.
Yeah. But honestly, Kane's been very good for the Oilers. There's lots of
Mhm.
talk about him because he's being like seen as a locker room cancer on a lot of other teams, doing some
San
questionable San Jose and just doing some like questionable things on there.
Yeah, and
he
with Logan
posted-
Paul.
He's posted like pictures when he goes like a rookie in the league. He had like pictures of him posted with money like next to his head and like guns on his Instagram, and like there's allegations of him beating his wife and some other things. So I mean, questionable guy off the ice. But this year, I think he's
sucks.
really cleaned up his act,
There you go.
and you can tell that he wants to be in Edmonton. I think the people at Edmonton actually like him.
Yeah, that's good. At least
Um,
someone does.
yeah, and now he's actually playing better too. So I think overall, like the Oilers, like as an organization, have like accepted Kane, and I think they knew signing him. Okay, this guy's probably not the best guy off the ice, but on the ice, he's someone that we could really benefit from, and I think that's one of the reasons why they picked him. So
Yeah, and Evander Kane, like, he's getting older.
he is, yeah,
30s.
but he's still just producing like
There you go.
crazy. This season, he's been insane. I think that 5-1 Edmonton win, I think he scored a couple there. So, yeah, just producing lots and helping the team lots. So, yeah.
There we go.
In terms of playoff like predictions, who do you think's gonna go to the final? And who do you
Dude,
think's
I
gonna
got
win?
no idea.
On the Western side, for the series left, we got Seattle and Dallas, Vegas and Oilers, and then on the other side, we have Florida and Toronto, and Devils and Canes. And so the Seattle's winning their series right now. Vegas is winning the series right now. Florida's winning that series, and then I think Canes are winning that series right now.
Yeah, well, the Panthers are definitely going to fuck up the Leafs.
One of the biggest things that happened this playoffs already is the Toronto making it out
Yeah,
of the
true.
first round.
Biggest.
What, it's been like 20, 30 years since they made it out of the first
18,
round?
no.
Something
It's
crazy.
been since 2004.
Even the Canucks have made it recently
19.
before the Toronto actually has.
Yeah, the Nucks went to the semifinal in the bubble.
Yeah, exactly. So I just hope that honestly, I'm just rooting for the Canadian teams. Obviously, I'm an Oilers fan, so I'm rooting for them. I hope we can make it to the finals. I actually think we have a good chance. I think they play good hockey, and I think this year is different because they have more
You
of a
fuck with-
group around them.
You fuck with Kane?
Do I fuck with Kane? I do fuck with Kane. Also, I like Hyman. I think Hyman's one of my favorite players too.
A bit washed, no?
No, definitely not
I'm
washed.
kidding.
He scored off his face.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Yeah, so he's been playing pretty gross. Nuge hasn't been producing at all, which is unfortunate. He's a good player, but he hasn't scored at all in this playoffs. And so if he can get scoring, we get some of the other lines scoring. We got Fogle scoring last night, the 1 goal, so that's kind of weird. Draisaitl's been doing insane this playoffs. He scored 4 goals in one of the games, and we ended up losing that game. So Draisaitl can't
Do
carry us
better.
all.
Yeah.
McDavid, surprisingly, so McDavid gets points like pretty much every night. Last night, him and Draisaitl both didn't get points, and McDavid has just been quiet because obviously, if you were a team going against the Oilers, the first thing you're thinking about is let's just shut down McDavid because he's the best player in the league by far, and so everyone's gonna shut him down. But the thing is, what they don't realize is how good Draisaitl is.
One person does not affect your whole team. You need to have, if like the Oilers are going into the game, and if I'm versing the Oilers, I'm not thinking McDavid. I'm thinking the Oilers because one person on any team, doesn't matter how good you are, they're not going to carry you. So
Yeah.
I think they should not be worried about McDavid. They have so many good players on the Oilers. So like I think it's pretty dumb how they're just focused on one dude.
Yeah, I know, and like a lot of the guys have been like, stepping up big time, especially on like the lower lines, and so that's good to see because I think the Oilers in years past, when making playoff runs, their team hasn't been as deep, and I think now they have guys scoring on all lines, right?
Yeah.
And so I think they gotta use that to their strengths
For
because
sure.
that I think is what's making the difference in this series because they can score with or without Draisaitl and McDavid. Like they got other lines out there, so.
100%.
Yeah, one thing that I found interesting is that in the Vegas and Oilers game, so Mark Stone, who's the captain of Vegas, really good player and super dangerous in front of the net. Like can score. It's just got like a really good finishing touch. Can score on like pretty much anything. There was a report that came out by Fox News, and basically it was just saying he's got a lower back injury, and basically he had like surgeries in the past. He's had problems with his back before, and basically it's been flaring up. And so what normally happens in hockey reporting, or pretty much any sport, is they say upper body, lower body. And the reason that is because teams will capitalize on that. And so the Oilers organization found out that Mark Stone had a lower back injury. And so what did they do when they saw that Mark Stone had a lower back injury?
Fuck it up more.
They fucked it up more. So every time Mark Stone got the puck, even just slightly, they'd cross-check his back, or they'd run his back, or
Fuck 'em.
they'd make sure that there's contact on that lower back. And you can see him, like, there's so many times he's talking to the ref, like, what's going on? He's throwing his hands in the air. He's pointing to his back and stuff, and, like, all the cross-checks that he get. Because every time he touched the puck, even just a little bit, someone would be on him just crushing his back. And so
they shouldn't give away that injury.
they shouldn't. And I think that was pretty pivotal because he got pissed off. Like,
I would
think
be
that
mad
night,
as well.
he did, like, I don't think he produced as much. And, like, I think he got one goal still, which was a tip-in at the front. But even after the goal, he got the tip-in goal, and I think it was Nurse just crushed him after the goal. He
But
went
he's gotta
down.
be like, if I get one more cross check, I'm bombing this arena.
Yeah, like, but you know how, like, annoying that is? Like, it was literally
I'd be
Fox.
so mad.
If Fox didn't, like, give that out, he would not have been in that situation. Like, obviously, okay, he's injured, upper body, lower body, but they're not going to go, okay, I think it's his back, right? They're just going to be like, okay, whatever. But because that was posted, they were just, like, cross-checking him every play
So
they got.
dumb.
So, I mean, that's why that doesn't happen, and that's why you don't see that usually, because teams
That's why.
will capitalize on, and it will make a difference in the series. So, yeah, that's another big thing.
Or you could cap, and then it's just gonna be calls after calls after calls.
Yeah, it's my head that I got injured. Yeah, I got
And they're
concussion.
they're just cross checking his head.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is some of the hits that you've seen. Specifically the Tampa Toronto in the first series. That one was big. So Brandon Point got crushed into the boards.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he was skating back, and he got hit so hard. He stood up, skated maybe like 2 paces, and fell over again because of how hard he got hit.
Did you get a concussion?
What I think he may have got a concussion, but the reason that I like hockey is because all the guys are so tough. He went out to the locker room for like 5 minutes and came back and was playing in the third. Like, these guys are just like so tough. Like, one of the guys, I don't know what team it was, he got 52 stitches, came back, and was just playing in the third. Like, they just all like
It's
just
like
don't
Kobe
give
with
up.
like his finger. You know how they like the video where they
He
like
pull-
puts it back in
yeah.
and he just continues.
Like, some of these guys are just like insane, and like obviously the reason that I think I love playoff hockey so much, like opposed to any other sport, is the level of discipline. It just turns up. Like, everybody's out to just like play their best, and everyone's playing tough. Like, you see the hits are bigger, the goals are better, everyone's just switched on, and I think that's what makes it so fun. It's so fast and like entertaining.
I have no idea who's gonna go final.
Just 2 teams. Who do you think? Just
Okay.
Just make a pick. We'll
I'm
see.
gonna say, because I'm just looking, Panthers and either Seattle or Edmonton.
Hmm.
Maybe Edmonton. Yeah, Edmonton Panthers.
Yeah. Well, we could do pick. We'll finish the bracket off. So
Okay, so who's winning each? Okay, so
who's winning out of Seattle and
is
Dallas?
winning Dallas.
Okay.
Edmonton's beating Las Vegas.
All right.
Then Edmonton's gonna be Seattle, and then Panthers are gonna beat the Leafs, and then Hurricanes are gonna beat the Devils, and then the Panthers are beating Hurricanes.
So your final is Seattle versus Florida?
Edmonton versus Florida.
Edmonton, Florida. And who do you think's gonna win that?
I don't know, let's go with Edmonton. So
Edmonton.
maybe that's my final. Yeah, Edmonton for the final.
Okay, this is so who I want to win. Obviously, I'm trying to get Seattle to win because it's so close to Vancouver.
No, dude, get a Canadian team to win.
But there's only dude, we only got Oilers and Leafs.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I'm supporting. I'm definitely supporting both the Canadian teams, even though I don't like Toronto that much. But in terms of who I think's gonna win, I honestly think
Leafs come
Dallas will take that series.
Yeah, they could, yeah.
In terms of this series, I'm an Edmonton supporter. I gotta go Edmonton. I think Knights do have a chance, but I still think Edmonton. So Dallas, Edmonton, who's gonna take that? That's a tough one to say. I want Edmonton to go just because I'm a supporter.
Dude,
but
Tyler Seguin's sucking in the playoffs right now.
yeah, I'm gonna say Oilers take it, go to the finals, and then on the Eastern side, I'll say Florida's gonna take it. That series so close to being over. I think they play tonight. If they win, the series over, right?
4-0?
Yeah, no, 4-1. No, 4-0, I think.
Wow.
But yeah, so that will be a crazy sweep. In terms of Devils Canes, there's been some big hits there. I got to go with the Canes though. Sebastian Aho's been insane, and the Canes are just playing great. Sort of an underrated team. Someone that I don't really pay attention to because obviously on the other side, I don't really watch the other conference that much. But it's kind of cool to see some of the highlights of these guys. It's a team that you'd never really expect, or at least I personally wouldn't. But yeah, I actually like the Canes. I think it's cool that they've gone so far. And then in terms of who's going to win the Florida Canes game series, I would have to go. I'll go Florida just because they beat Boston. And beating the best team in the league, I think they've got a pretty good chance of making the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And then my final bracket would be Oilers versus Florida. And I think that will be a really good series. I want Oilers to win. Do I think they can do it? That's the real question. I can't put Florida on top, so I gotta say Oilers winning the whole thing, win the cup. So those are our playoff predictions. We'll see if they come true.
Yeah, and we got NBA. The Lakers are gonna win against the Golden State. Yeah, I want Lakers to win. Wearing the shirt just because the Golden State won it last year, so I gotta be devil's advocate. So I'm saying Lakers. And Lakers had a tough season, but they kind of regrouped, and then people like Barnes came in and did some. Or no, not Barnes. What's the white guy's name? Is it Barnes?
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves, yeah, not Barnes.
He is so good. Me and Jackson watched the game just mid-season kind of.
Dude, he has such a college style of playing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But he honestly is such a good player. He's got to be one of the best white guys in the league.
Yeah,
he's so good, and I think he's probably one of the main reasons the Lakers has been doing good. Westbrook ruined that team. Westbrook, man, just couldn't produce. I think he ruined some of the chemistry there.
No, he definitely did.
And LeBron, you just see him just pissed. It looked like he was his kid. He was just angry. You know what I mean? But then you see Austin Reeves, and I think LeBron and Reeves they have this mutual respect.
Yeah, they do.
And almost this chemistry. I don't even know if they play together that much, but I think Austin Reeves is such a good player, and I think he's really helped progress the Lakers. But in terms of that, who's gonna win that?
Yeah, I'm saying because the Lakers are up a good amount, so I'm saying Lakers. And then there's Lakers, Golden State. Poole from going to bench and then starting is pretty good for him. So Jordan Poole, good player.
Yeah.
So I want Lakers to win that. I don't know who I want to win. Like I don't know who's still. Timberwolves were out first round. They got out so quickly. The Bucks, the Heat are popping off right now. The Heat,
Yeah.
they beat the Bucks. I saw some cool posts on that. And then they're
Jimmy
probably
Butler. did
yeah.
sweet.
Jimmy Butler is going crazy with the rebounds and all that.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably I mean, I think the Heat could definitely go far. I want Phoenix to win because they're tied right
series.
now against the Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
I really want Phoenix to go win that final, get some revenge. You know, the Bucks are already out.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, it won't be another final like that. But yeah, I do want them to win. And it's pretty cool, this playoff right now. And dude, I don't know who's gonna make it to the final. It's hard to say, really hard.
Yeah. In terms of some of the series, I think Celtics will win the series. Jason
I
Tatum's
don't
just
know, bro. The
insane player.
76ers have been doing damn good. Like, Embiid just got MVP.
Mhm.
So
That's a tight series. I think
Yeah.
it is like
it could go either
pretty
way.
close.
Hmm.
I'm leaning towards the Celtics just because I like some of the players.
I want the Celtics to win, but I think 76ers will take it, personally.
Yeah. And then Lakers Warriors. I think Lakers are taking that one for sure. 3-1 in the series right now.
Mhm.
The Warriors can make a comeback, but 3-1 is still very hard to come back from
Yeah.
and win. So for that reason, I'm saying Lakers. Heat and Knicks. 3-1 Miami. I definitely think Miami's taking that one. Just they're such a good team. And I think they can easily beat that Knicks team. Suns Nuggets series tied 2-2.
Yeah, I think Suns are just doing better overall, though. I think they're just getting unlucky with all of their stuff. So if they can pull it together, they'll beat the Nuggets. So
I agree with that. Yeah, I say Suns take that one for sure. And then I guess we'll pull up a bracket here, and we'll do the same thing.
yeah, I guess so. There's also Champions League.
Yeah.
So there's a tie game. So what's the aggregate right now? For just both?
AC Milan and Inter Milan play tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
But it's semis right now, and Man City and Real Madrid is 1-1. So next week is the League 2.
Okay, I guess I'll start.
Yeah.
So Suns beating Nuggets, Lakers beating Golden State. That leaves Suns with the Lakers. I want Suns to win. I'll stop wearing the shirt, and I think Lakers will win, just because of how much momentum they have.
So Lakers going to the finals. What about?
Miami beating New York easy. 76ers, Celtics. I'm gonna go with 76ers. Miami beating 76ers. Miami and Lakers. That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, they were saying. I think it was Jimmy Butler. He's like rerun the bubble. Like all the people saying the bubble wasn't accurate. It's gonna be the same.
Oh, that was a
final.
close ass series as well. They were so close. Either team were winning.
That's gonna be a good final.
Yeah.
Nuggets and Suns. I said Suns will take that one. Lakers Warriors. I say Lakers. Lakers Suns. I think the Lakers will win that one. And then Miami Heat next. Definitely Heat. Sixers and Celtics. I say Celtics. And then I agree with you on the final. I think Miami will take Boston, but I think that will be a close game. I think that will probably be Game 7 just because of how good both teams are. And
Miami
then
and Lakers then.
Miami Lakers. I'm going to say Miami.
Miami.
So, yeah, I think Miami's going to win it. And I guess those are all our predictions. So, I guess we'll wrap it up here.
No more.
Yeah, go check out all the links in the description. Merch.
Run it up.
Spotify.
Get our merch. We haven't.
Apple.
Yeah, our merch has kind of been like a bit crappy lately in terms of sales. So
Yeah.
run that back up.
And go check out the Instagram. Go check out all the audio platforms. If you're listening to that, give it a like. Give us a 5-star review. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.